Hey guys, this is Mrs. Lax coming and talking to you today about the family. Um, the life of a family is not an easy thing. It's not easy at all. It's a challenge. It's growing in a developing stage in all of our life, including parents as well. But the family is the first institution and the first unity that God put together. And I remember when I was raising my 4 kids as a single young mom, very young, and it was a struggle. It was a hard struggle. And I used to work for people. I work, double shifts, $3.35 an hour, in nursing home as a CNA for my kids, or I took any kind of job that I could get, hustling, because when you got kids, you hustle, plain and simple. That's all you know is hustling for your babies, and hustling to try to do the best you can to take care of everything. There was times where I had a choice to balance the electric, gas, or pay the rent. I had a choice. My kids needed shoes, they needed clothing. I was only making so much. I was paying $450 in childcare a week, $450, and basically I was working to pay for childcare because I never qualified for all of the government assistance because I made too much at $3.35 an hour. But I worked like that because, for one thing, I didn't want to be a runaway parent, and for one thing, the old-fashioned way of saying, if you lay down and have these babies, you're gonna go ahead and take care of your own kids, period. Unlike today, you got young moms that they have all these kids and put them off on their mama and their grandmama, and which is unfair, because if your mama and your grandmama took time out to raise their kids, it's okay for them to help out, but you decide to have kids, you have to raise your own children. Period. I do believe in that. There's one thing for you to work together as a unit to help out, but for you to drop off your kids at your mama and at your grandmama house so that you can go out and have a good time and make more babies, that's ridiculous. It's some growing up that needs to be done in that area, because your mama and your grandmama did not make those kids, and they shouldn't have to be stuck with your kids. I do believe in that, Maybe back in the days, people figure, I got grandmama to lean back on, so I'll drop off my kids on my grandmother. That's not fair to your grandmother. Even if she don't do nothing all day, she probably just want her peace all day, period. But I want to speak on the family because there is no such thing as a perfect family. Sometimes the best thing that you could give your kids when you don't have money is love and quality time. There's people that has all the money in the world, and they can't even show their kids love. They don't even give their kids love. Buy them a car, buy them something, but they won't even spend 5 to 10 minutes with their own blood kids. I may not have much. I may not have had much. I've been up and down. I know what it's like to have, and I know what it's like not to have not one dime to your name. Just pathetic broke, okay? So I know those phases, but I know how to adjust myself, and I know how to still survive in moments where I don't have anything, but I'm still surviving. I still find a way to go ahead and get whatever I need or whatever I want sometime. So for people to have all the money, all the things on this earth, but you don't have a love for your family, but you go around talking about everybody else's family. You make fun of everybody else's family dysfunctional modes, but you got dysfunctional people in your own family. You probably are dysfunctional. If you're a gossiper, you're a dysfunctional creature. Because one thing that I never like, and I still don't like it, and I have no plan on being, is a negative, gossiping woman. I hate that. I hate that with a passion. That's almost like being a drunk alcoholic woman. I hate that too. So I have no inkling at the age of, I'm going to be 50 this year. At the age of 50, I have no inkling in being a gossiping, bitter, old woman. Not so ever. I love to smile. I love to make people happy. I love to see people happy. And one thing about me when I was raising my kids, headed to work, taking the kids to daycare centers and babysitters and stuff, I always used to be those women that sit up on the porch. You know the kind. You probably already done came across them. About 5:30 in the morning, probably earlier than that. Sitting on the porch with that chair. Probably got a 40. Or probably just got their coffee and their cigarette. They start off early in the morning. Watching. Seeing who coming out of their house. Start gossiping about this person, that person. And I used to get up in the morning. They used to say, "Hey, Crystal." Fake and phony. Hey, you guys know that. "Hey, Crystal, how you doing? I see you got you and your little ducklings walking behind you." They used to talk about me like a dog, honey. And Miss Crystal would say, "How you doing?" And I'm going about my business. I've always been that type of woman, and I will remain that type of woman. I go on about my business, you know, because at the end of the day, I don't have time to be sitting around all day long gossiping about a woman or a man that I don't know. And they did nothing to me. They ain't said nothing to me in the wrong or disrespect me. So why would I have any bad taste, untasteful words to say about any man or any woman on this earth? I don't. So I go about my business, and they used to say, "Oh, she thinks she better than us. Her and those kids. Look at that woman." I'm telling you, I've been that woman for a long time, y'all. That woman and her kids. That woman and her kids. It's funny. It's like I don't understand because I'm just going to work as a single mother trying to take care of my kids. That's it. And I wave and I'm going about my business. Anytime when somebody see me, I'm taking care of some business. I ain't about no bullshit. If it don't make dollars, don't make no sense. And if it doesn't have value and importancy to it, it doesn't faze me. I'm not about that. So they used to think that I was better than that, but I was a single mother in my 20s, and I had 4 children that I had to take care of. I did not, and still to this day, I don't have time to be sitting around and gossiping about people that these people never did anything to me. At the end of the day, me and my family, we basically stay to ourselves. And in our own little dysfunctional way, we have our problems, but eventually we learn how to work it out when other people is not interfering in our family business. It's only when you have outside people that think they know, but they don't have an inkling or a clue of what's going on or what kind of bond that we have as a family. So they butt they ass intrusively. And y'all know about intrusive people. I'm quite sure half of you guys already know, especially if you're my age. Intrusive people trespass themselves into your family life, into your family business. And then when they get cussed the hell out, they think that you have done them wrong. But basically, I didn't ask your ass to come and butt your ass in my family business. Anything that's going on between me and my family, at the end of the day, it's for us to work out as a family. How the fuck you gonna make decisions for our goddamn family? Excuse me, y'all. And you don't invite the damn family. How the fuck you gonna make a decision about me and my family, and me and my family is nowhere in the goddamn meeting at the end of the day? And that's real talk. And I'm quite sure that some of you, especially if you're an African American single mother, and you have other people outside of your race and outside of your family sitting up there trying to dictate and try to tell you about your family. And you didn't invite. It's something if you invite someone on your property, in your family, because your family is your property. It's something if you invite, that's not trespassing. That's not being intrusive. But when you did not invite these people into your family life, when you have no clue who the fuck these people are, they have to find a way to butt their ass back out of your family life, and you let the family work out their own situation, because eventually families will find a way to work out their own problems. And the reason why I'm speaking on the family is because God wants us to learn how to really truly love each other. And it's hard because especially when you have difficulties or conflicts and stuff, and arguments arise, you may say things or do things that that you really don't mean. And when that person is gone, they're gone, and you cannot get them back. You can't get your family back once they're gone. And sometimes when you're arguing over bullshit. Something that can be worked out, with I'm sorry, I apologize. Maybe I crossed the line, or maybe I went too far. That's it. All it takes is those words. I love you. And I love you. Some people are not talking to their own family members because they got too much pride to say, maybe I was in the wrong. I do apologize. I'm sorry. But I still love you. I still love you. And I'm quite sure that there are some people want their mother, want their father to talk to them and say, I love you. You want your mother, you want your brothers and your sisters to really show that you love them, that you love them and they love you. Okay? And for families to talk down about you to strangers, that's a hurtful thing. Because it's like, how can you talk down to a stranger about me, and I'm your blood family, not someone that has been incorporated into the family, but blood. And I do believe in the blood family staying together or staying in connection to each other. That's the old-fashioned way. I'm an old-fashioned woman in some parts. Never leave me. And I do believe in the family. Because how can you, being so wealthy and being so rich, have everything in the world, but you don't have the love of your kids? You don't even have the love of your parents. You don't disrespect your mother and your father so bad, they don't want to have nothing to do with you. And there's moments in every child life that you get to a point where you want to reach out to your family. You just want to talk to your mother or your father, get their advice, get their opinion about something, and they don't want to have nothing to do with you. They wrote you off. Sometimes people will try to interfere in family lives because what they don't have, they want to destroy what you do have with your family. My family is not perfect. We are not perfect, but I can say that we don't came a long way. I'm proud of my little family, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of all 4 of my kids. No matter what it looks like to other people, I'm proud of my kids. I'm proud of Anthony, Antoine, Dominique, and Natisha. My kids are smart. My kids probably just don't display it to the world that I've been trying to get them to do. They rap, they sing, write songs. I mean, very intelligent, But, eventually they stop hiding their gifts and let that be seen, to the world. Share their gifts with the world. But in the meantime, I think that we need to stop talking bad about our family to other people. Some people really get a kick out of it. A joy to know that your family is doing bad. A joy to know that your family is suffering and struggling. And I used to say, God, maybe in the end, something good will happen for my family. Because we went through so much. Me and my 4 little kids. Me and my 4 kids. We struggled together. There was time where I had, And there was times where I just didn't have. There was times where I couldn't even pay my electric bill. Got made fun of that, but reality was reality. I was a single mother, struggling. Reality. It's amazing how things can happen in your life. You can be on top of the world. I wasn't always broke. Shit. Okay. There was moments I owned my own home and my cars. And what some people are doing in their 20s. I had a house at the age of 18, paid for in full, $6,000 house. It was in my name. The deed was in my name. Cars in my name. Titles. So what some of these young people is laughing at and talking about what they doing, please, I've already done it. And then some. I was an achiever. Accomplished anything I set my mind to do. I achieved so much to the point when you get older, it's like, what do I do next? Because I've already achieved so much that I wanted to do in my own personal life with my own personal goals. And that's all that matters. And some people, success is just having a family and raising their family and taking care of their family. They probably don't want your glitter and gold and fame and glamour. They probably just want a family, a simple life. Do that make them bad people? No. Just make them, they just have a different level of what they believe success is. Some people's success is staying away from their family. Spend no time with your wife. Spend no time with your husband. Spend no time with the kids. You won't even take your own child to the zoo. You have nannies and butlers stepping in. But yet, they'll talk about everybody else's family and dog out everybody else's family. And they can't even get love from their own mother and their own father. And try to drown it with drugs. Drugs is not going to help you. Drugs can't help you. You got to have the love of God. And no matter what my little family look like, as long as we keep God as the center of our family and have the love of God here in our heart, God always going to keep his little family that he helped me raise all these years. He always going to keep us. I'm his child. My children is his children. My grandchildren is his children. He's always going to keep us in some kind of way. I believe that no matter what things look like, how things look, God always going to keep his family. Because he raised us. I was young. God raised me and my kids together. I didn't do it by myself. God did it. You know, no matter how they turn out. It may turn out where they, oh God, never gonna do that. They're never gonna go to college. They never. But you know what? God can flip the whole thing over. Boom. Overnight. Because that's how powerful God is. God can take something destructible and make it structable. God can take something so ugly and foul and make it so beautiful. Because God has that type of power. I believe that.